Hello there, my name is Linda and welcome to Linda Tea at Home. Really good to have your company today, and welcome back if you are a regular, and hello if you are not. It's good to have your company today. Hope you stick along with me in the future. So today is obviously Friday, well not obviously, but it is Friday's video, and this week's been a bit different for me. There's been a bit of toing and froing around, so this probably isn't going to be the video I was going to put out, but I'm just going to have a little chat with you, let you know what's been going on this week, and I'm also going to do a little bit of garden update because I'm feeling, now we're into September, I'm really feeling that I want to go to buy a load of plants to put in for the autumn. So what I did at the weekend, I said to current husband, can we go to a garden centre? Because it seems like ages since we've been to one. It probably isn't. I mean, we've been to B&Q and I've tried to avoid going in the gardening bit. But I just feel like I want to get out and do some stuff in the garden to cut things back. But it's a bit too early for that. And things are still quite happily flowering out there. So I've done a little film of my garden just to show you what it's like now, because I know I showed it to you when we first planted it out, because we did quite a lot of work in the garden in the summer. We kind of changed it round a bit, bought a new gazebo, and bought new plants to put in, trying to give it a bit of a different vibe. And of course now it's that would have been March we started that now, so that's 6 months ago. And I'm pleased to report that nearly everything has survived, with a difficult summer because it's been absolutely boiling, hasn't it, in the UK, and we're not really used to it, and our plants certainly aren't. But yeah, most of it seems to be doing all right. So I'm just going to show you that at the end. And a couple of plants that I did buy that I'm going to plant out into just one pot to put perhaps by the front door or something. But yeah, I've got begonias are still flowering. I've got fuchsias, I've got lavatiera, I've got all sorts of things. And as I mentioned in the video that at the end, the bit of the video at the end, things don't seem to have flowered. Some things don't seem to have flowered quite as as much as they do normally. So it's obviously the foliage seems to have done really well, but the flowers not so much. But anyway, you can have a look at that. So this week, so we did go to the garden centre, and they were beginning to put, when I bought these few plants, they were beginning to put some Christmas things out. Now, my regular viewers will know that I've always been a big old fan of Christmas and love putting loads of decorations, get very excited about it. But the last couple of years, it's worn a bit thin, really. Nothing to do with anything in particular. I suppose it's just, you think as you get older, I mean, you know, actually physically doing the job of putting all the stuff that I used to put out is just a bit too much, really, and up and down ladders and things for an old dear like me. So, but the one thing I do want to buy this year is which hopefully will last me for as long as I live, and well, maybe I'll live even longer than that. I want to buy an artificial tree, but I want to buy a really good quality one that's pre-lit, because to be fair, they're putting lights on trees now. I've always looked at people with pre-lit trees and thought, oh well, you know, when you don't have them pre-lit and you have to put your own lights on, it gives you a bit more freedom. You can just go a bit more mad, can't you? And yeah, just get this sort of a different effect. You can mix all different styles and colours of lights up. But frankly, you know, like I say about a lot of these things, I'm a bit over that now. So, and I've got a budget of, well, I mean, I could spend more because it's something that I think is an investment. But I want to get one that has got those, I think they call them PE tips, so they look like a real tree. A lot of trees have a mixture of the PE, I don't know what PE stands for, but PE tips and different sorts of those, I don't know what they're called. It's P, there's a get myself in a knot here, aren't I? But it's not just those stems. It's the sort of more fake looking ones, or perhaps some berries, and I don't really want that. So anyway, the search is on. I've asked Chat GPT to find me some examples, and they have. So I'm working my way through those. But that's one thing I want to buy this year. And I do want to go through my decorations as soon as I possibly can. The reason I haven't started on that quite yet is because, as I say, this week has been a particularly busy week. Not so much for me, but for my daughter. She's one of our daughters has just moved house. She literally moved yesterday, and I'm so pleased for her that she's got this this nice house. She had a nice house before, but I remember when I got married, right at the back, years and years and years and years, well, 49 years ago actually it was when I got married the first time. And you start off, we started as a couple, and then after a while we had a baby. And then after a while we had another baby, and you kind of move, don't you, to get the extra bedroom or the garden or whatever it might be. And you sort of work your way up. And then, of course, towards the end of your life, you kind of downsize, don't you? So it's the same thing in reverse, isn't it? So this will be the third house her and her partner have lived in. She doesn't like partner, I should say boyfriend. Her and her boyfriend have lived in, and they've got my lovely granddaughter now. And so it's very exciting. My granddaughter just changed schools because my daughter wanted to move to this particular area, and she's been lucky enough to find a house and buy a house there. And my granddaughter, there's a fly in here, my granddaughter's been lucky enough to get a place in a very local school. The school she had before was quite a hike from where they lived. But anyway, so I've been over there a couple of times this week with, she only moved yesterday, but I went yesterday and today and was trying to help as best I could with some stuff. I don't think I was any help at all, really, but it's just so nice to see them in this nice, settled, well, they're not settled, there's boxes everywhere, but this house, they've got plans for it. They're going to do lots of different things to it to just bring it up to how they want it. So that's been, and of course moving is quite stressful, isn't it? It's one of the most stressful things you can do, but fortunately that's worked out. And for you that might remember me talking about my son frequently last year, who was staying with me for a while. I mean, he's 40, so he was, he'd left home and he had been married and whatever, and got his own house and whatever. But that all that changed, and he stayed with us for I think it was nearly 3 years. And then last year he moved out to a rented property, so he settled in there, and now he's found another property to rent, and he doesn't want to buy anything at the moment, and that's only literally, I'd say, probably a quarter of a mile up the road. So I don't suppose I'll see him any more than I did before, because you don't, do you? It's that old thing, isn't it? A son's a son till he takes a wife, isn't it? And then you don't see him. But so yes, it's all changed for them. So looking forward to that, and then settling into Christmas. I'm just going to try and get rid of this big old fly. Got rid of him out of the window, thank goodness. So what else have I been up to? Nothing of great excitement. As I say, the move between, because my granddaughter started at her new school before my daughter actually moved into the property that is near to the school. So I've been helping out with some school pickups, because my daughter works part-time and her boyfriend works, of course, and so I've been needed, because I was saying, wasn't I, just before the summer holidays, that I felt a bit redundant, because I used to regularly pick up my grandson from school, and I've looked after him since he was 6 months old, from a little baby to going off to secondary school, and I thought, now I'm not needed for that, because of course it's a whole new ball game, isn't it, when they go to senior school, because they get the school bus, or they get a train or whatever it is, because they all seem to be miles away from where everybody lives these days, certainly secondary schools. And of course people don't always want the nearest one anyway, do they? They want one that's got a good reputation. So yes, I thought, oh yeah, I won't be needed for that. But so yeah, I've been quite useful. Been a bit of a useful nana the last week or two, helping out with that. So that's all good. I don't think I was any help to my daughter today though. I've just come back, so I've got a sort of a t-shirt on that's I don't really wear very much, but I kept saying, what can I do? What can I do? She said, oh no, you don't need to do anything. Don't need to do anything. But of course you want to do something, don't you? So I cleaned some windows, whatever. And as I say, there's still boxes everywhere because they only moved yesterday. And then she asked me, she said, I know, I'll give you a job. Can you go and find blah, blah, blah. So I said, yeah, okay then. Any idea where that is? She said, no. So I went and had a look. I said, well, I can't find it. And then, of course, she goes and puts her hand straight on it. So I don't think I was any help, but there we are. Oh, and by the way, on a completely different tack, I don't know if I look a bit glowy to you today because I gave this stuff a whirl. I've tried it before. Do you remember I bought this, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago in a moment of madness? This L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, which is, I mean, that's got to be the worst name for a product, hasn't it? Lumi Glotion. It just sounds all wrong. And I have used it before and I slapped it all over my face, and then I thought, I mean, I looked all right to me in the mirror, but I didn't really know what I looked like when I was out in the daylight. And then I have used it since and just put it on my cheeks. But because I've just come in from my daughter's and I thought I better do something with my face and just brush my hair. And I put this all over my face, but I think I've got big shiny, I mean, I've got a big nose anyway, but I think it's a bit like Rudolph Reject here. So I don't know, let me know if you can see it, or whether I don't know if it suits me. I don't know whether it's worth bothering. Yeah, makeup and me, I mean, I always wear it. I've worn it for forever, but I'm not really clever with it. Yeah, I mean, I just sort of see things and think, oh, I'll give that a try, but I'm not so sure that was a good idea. But anyway, it seems all, it's gone on all right. But I looked away from my makeup mirror into my phone just to see what it looked like from a distance, and it was all a bit, very glotion. It was very glowy glotion. What else have I got to tell you? Thank you for the comments about my last video. This isn't really telling you anything. The video on, what was it on? That was it. It was autumn decor, wasn't it? Well, the one I put a video out about my weight loss situation on Thursday, I think it was. Wednesday, I don't know. And that was my last one, but the one before that was about was autumn decor, wasn't it? Which thank you so much for all the kind remarks about the stuff I put out, but honestly, I didn't really do a very good job of it. I should have spent a bit more time, I suppose, but you know, it's still up. I've left it in the living room, and I've got a little photo which I'll put in as well, because I thought I was missing something on the hall table as you come in, and I went to Asda the other day because I went to get my Manjaro. That's right, because that's my supplier. It's my supplier, and I thought I'd have a look at the clothing in there. And did I buy anything? I don't think I did. I had a look. They seem to have quite a lot of jumpers and things in there for the autumn, but there's nothing that looked any different to stuff I've already got. So I thought, I don't point buying anything there. And I just looked at the home decor bit, and there was a little, oh, you'll see it. It's just a little thing that you can stand. I don't know how you describe these things. Just a little autumnal thing that you can stand on a surface, and I'll show it to you anyway. I'll put the picture in or put it on the thumbnail or something, so you'll see that. And I've just put that there with some kind of autumnal coloured. I swapped out the sort of faux flowers I had there, and I've put some autumnal colours in a vase, so you'll see that. But yes, and thank you for thank you for all the comments about that and all the kind remarks, and also on the weight loss thing. I mean, as I say, I try and well, I said before, I try not to talk about weight loss on my regular videos, but I know a lot of you like a bit of a catch up, and a lot of you have sent me lots of very positive comments, so thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And you know, I know that we all say this, don't we? All of it. I've said this before as well to you. You don't know how pleasant it is, how nice it is to have people that actually like watching you and actually take the time and effort to comment on your videos and say such nice things. And it makes everybody feel like, you know, it's a bit of real community, and you're talking to, well, you know, good pals. I suppose friends isn't quite the right word, is it? Because friendship is a slightly different thing. But you know, I reckon I notice if my regular people don't comment every week, and I think, oh, I wonder if they're all right. And I thought, well, I can hardly write a message and say on the thing that everyone can read, say, oh, you're all right. You haven't replied. You haven't commented on my videos for 2 weeks, because they might be doing any sort of things, or just can't be bothered, you know, or not watch them for some reason. But I think most of us probably do notice that if you are a regular, it's a bit of a commitment, because we miss you when you don't write comments. But and I get lots of likes and things, and I am pleased. You know, I've talked about giving up on my channel before because I don't seem to get the subscribers, but that, I mean, it's still the same situation, but I get some, I might get 10 more, and I think, ooh. But then I'll lose 9 of them, and I don't know why, but I just don't really mind anymore. I've kind of, all of you who watch me have always have, you know, you've said to me, look, we really look forward to watching you. We like listening to you talk. We like what you talk about. And that might not be millions of people, but it doesn't matter, does it? You've made me see that, you know, even a smaller number of people is fine. So it's nice if you do subscribe, but if you don't, you know, it's not the end of the world. But I do appreciate it. I think that's probably it for today. I'm sorry this has been a bit of a funny old video. I did have an idea for a video, and I started to video. I did some filming. I'm using my phone at the moment because there's something that gone a bit wrong with my camera, and I can't work out. I must have done something, you know, like when you touch something that perhaps you shouldn't have, and it's made a difference, but you don't know what it was you touched in the first place, so you don't know what to put right. So I've got to do some investigation on that, honestly. But I did the video about my weight loss on my phone the other day, and actually it was easier to do it on my phone and upload it. There was less stages or steps to go through than doing it on my actual camera, my video camera. So I don't know. Anyway, I might stick with that, or I don't know. I'll see if I can get it to work. And I do want to get a microphone as well, because I was watching Tina today, and she said that she was showing one that's been sent to her. But I was thinking, not about being sent one, but I was thinking the same thing, that I want to get a microphone, but they can be really, really expensive. So I've been looking again, I've been sort of checking online what's compatible to my camera, what would suit what I do, you know, this sort of thing. Yes, I'm looking to do that. Just need to get around to it. Oh, and before I go, you know, I know a lot of you like to hear about my dogs and my dog woes or joys. Is one in here? No, none in here. I did hear one come up. She must have been sitting on my bed. And the Bo, the dog that had the teeth extractions this year, a few months ago, and you suffered with through all that with me, thank you so much. She was put on some blood pressure tablets, and I think I might have mentioned this in a video, that the current husband, I dispatched him off to go and pick them up from the vet, and he also had to pay for something else while he was there. And I had a frantic phone call from him saying something like, Do you know? Did you know these tablets were going to be like £100 or £200 or something? So a huge number. And I said, what? No, no. She'd had a few to see if they helped her. And I'd obviously, when I'd been in the vet and collected them, I'd paid for the consultation, and I paid for those at the same time. And I don't remember paying a ridiculously huge amount of money for that particular consultation. And anyway, so he said, oh, there's 3 months there. And anyway, I was rattling through these tablets, and it said on the box to give her tablets, 2 tablets every 12 hours, which I thought was an odd thing, and I was a little bit confused because I do understand the concept of two of anything every 12 hours. I do understand that, but I thought it's not usually how they word it. They would say 2 tablets twice daily, and I couldn't think of a sensible time, because I have to give them to her with her food. She won't just take them. That was a mime for take them. She won't just take them, so I have to encourage her by sticking them in her food. And I thought, well, she has breakfast at 7 in the morning and she has dinner at 5 at night. So I was in conundrum about this, and I didn't really know what I should do anyway. So basically, I've been giving her these tablets, and I wasn't sure, because also I didn't have 3 months supply of them. They went really quickly, and I thought, my God, am I overdosing her? Maybe I'm reading this wrong. And I kept reading the box, the bit that they print out in the pharmacy, just to say, just to check. And I thought, and I said to current husband, is this what this means to you? I'm doing this. Do you think this is what this is telling me to? And he said, yeah, that's what. And anyway, so they basically ran out at the beginning of this week, and I ordered some more and went to collect them, and I explained to the lady about the dose and that. She said, yes, it is every 12 hours, but obviously you can't necessarily do that. That's fine, just give them to her. £210 they were for a month's worth of tablets. I said, I don't think I can afford that. I didn't say I'm paying for my blooming Mounjaro, but I thought, £210, how? No one said to me when we were first advised to give these to her, no one said to me, well, they are quite expensive. No one said to me, perhaps we could try another version of them. I said, I'm an old age pensioner, I don't think I can keep affording to buy these, because I'm already paying loads of money for their insurance every month, which I've kept up, by the way. I haven't cancelled that yet. The jury's still out on that. Sorry, this is a bit doggy, isn't it, now, this video? And she said, yeah, I know, it's definitely right, it's definitely 200. I thought, my God, I don't know. And maybe that I think I need to the vet and see if there's something that's equivalent that is a bit cheaper, because you don't want to stand there in the vet saying, well, actually, this is too expensive because I don't love my dogs enough, because that's what it's going to come across like, isn't it? Because we do anything we can for them. But I mean, I can probably afford it, but I think, well, what happens if you don't have, you live on your own and you're just managing on your pension? You'd have to, well, I don't know what you'd do. You'd have to get rid of your dog, wouldn't you? I mean, it's a choice of feeding yourself and paying that much money for a prescription for an animal, albeit we love our animals. I mean, you've got no choice, have you? Anyway, whinge over. So yeah, she's got very expensive blood pressure tablets. Let me know if you've had that experience as well. If somebody had said to me, I think it was with something else she had. What was it? Oh no, it was Tilly, when she had her Galliprant, which is for her joints and arthritis. And they did say to me, there's several ways we can do this, and they gave me a couple of options, but nothing for Bo. So that was the only choice we had. So I mean, obviously, her health is the most important thing, but I don't know. Anyway, I sound a bit mean, don't I? But it's just absolutely ridiculous what these things cost. I mean, imagine if we all had to pay for medication that we had all the time. I mean, I know we whinge about the old NHS and not being fit for purpose anymore, and there's a lot of, lot to say about that. But blimey, at least we've got a fighting chance with most of this stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I don't think this is very interesting. I'm so sorry if it's boring. Thank you for watching if you have. I'll put the little bit of video, and I do go on about a plant, and I've said the wrong name of it, and I can't think what the blooming plant's called. Still can't think. So don't bother writing it in the comments to me. I probably would have remembered by then. But yeah, I know I'm a bit of a twit, aren't I? So thank you so much for watching me. I will see you next week. I might do a little add-on video, or I might just see you on Friday. I'm not entirely sure yet. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much, and bye for now. Bye-bye. Just going to show you a few bits in the garden. We are now the 19th of September, so we're heading into proper autumn. Obviously that's fake. Got a couple of plants here which I've never actually got round to planting. This is a Planticodum. I don't know how you say it, but it's got little white flowers on it, and I meant to put it in a basket and I didn't. I took a lot of dying plants out a few weeks ago, because the summer was so hot. This is a sedum, and I keep meaning to plant that as well, but I just haven't got around to it. These things, the robin, are they red robin or something they're called? They're doing okay. Now this little plant, this is it's named after somewhere Scottish. It's a Salix, I think, but it's called something like, I think it's Kilmarnock, and so it's quite cute. This was a bargain plant I got for a tenner, or less than that I think, and all the leaves fell off of it a few weeks ago, but they immediately all came back again, so I thought that was a bit quite good. This pot needs to be sorted out. Now I got these from the garden centre at the weekend. These are cyclamen, but they're a little bit different. Their flowers are kind of just a bit different to the usual ones. So I bought, I think, 5 of them, different colours and slightly different flowers. And I thought if I put those into a pot, they'll look nice for the autumn. I don't want to buy too many cyclamen because I end up, they do a season and then they don't really come back again. I think it's probably the way I do it. But yeah, so you can see they're quite nice. They're called, this is Cyclamen illusia, and these are Jix Salmon mini cyclamen, if that helps you at all. So just going down, I mean, these are hanging on for dear life. This is the what do you call this thing, Lavatera. That's got massive, not so many flowers as it usually gets this year, which is bizarre. Massive bush but not so many blooms. I was going to put the cyclamen in this pot, but I hope you can see this all right, because I can't really see what I'm filming. But this is all still doing quite well, so I'm going to leave it a bit longer and find another pot for the cyclamen. This is the angel wings plant which I planted, and that looks like it's kind of coming to the end of its time. I think it's a perennial, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'll just show you what's in here. Now this fuchsia, same as the Lavatera, this usually has 1 million flowers on it. These are the blooms. They're really pretty, and they last a day or two and then drop down, and I'm forever clearing them up, sweeping them up off the floor. But this year again, the foliage has come on massively well, and I would say now is the time where it's had most buds on it, most flowers. Usually it flowers earlier than this, and it gets many more flowers, so I don't know quite. There must be a thing this year, I don't know. This is a honeysuckle my friend gave me. I don't know where to put it yet, so it's just in the pot. And that passion flower Passiflora, just climbing up there. It's I'm surprised that actually took. I moved that from somewhere else in the garden. So this has all come to a bit of a mess, needs a tidy, but everything's, you know, grown as well as I would have expected really, or could have hoped. Again, this is a honeysuckle which hasn't really had any flowers on this year, but it's grown all the way over here, joining up with the rose on this side that we planted this year. The rose on the other side's grown, but nothing like as much. I think it's the position of the sun where it's planted. And the Acer there has suffered with the heat. Hopefully it'll come back for next year. I might move a lot of this stuff because I think a lot of it's planted in the wrong place. This fuchsia comes up every year. I would say it's probably not had as many blooms on it, but you know, it's doing its best. It's a bit of a mess over here. I've cut the Crocosmia back here, but I haven't done that one over there yet. It just looks a bit of a mess. Everything suffered with the heat. That's another Lavatera which I moved here, but it doesn't seem to like it. Another Acer, and this one of these things, I forget what it's called. This thing's grown like a monster, the Sambuca. And the hydrangea, which we've had in for a few years, it's got the biggest it's ever been, but the fewest flowers that it's ever had again. So let me know if you've had that problem as well. There must be a reason for it. I can only put it down to the way the weather's been. And there's the bike with the faux plants in it. I don't know whether to take that down or not. Yeah, so that's kind of how we're looking, if you try and ignore the washing line. So there's lots of growth. Lots of things have done well, but some not quite as well as others. I've had to actually tie this back because it just was all over the place. Yeah, this isn't a red robin, is it? I can't think what it's called for the life of me, but I'm sure most of you know. It'll come to me probably in the middle of the night.